right, let me go on to this next part. Lexi Lore. Lexi Lore was young, only 19, and new to porn, having been in the biz less than 3 months when she booked a scene with Madison. The scene was rough, more agonizing than any she'd experienced before, but it's what followed that really traumatized her, she says. After the scene, he asked me if I wanted to have sex with him. I told him, no, my Uber is 6 minutes away. But Madison wouldn't listen, she says. He grabbed me, took me to his couch, and had sex with me. Lore says she froze in terror. I was afraid to tell him no, because if I said no, I was afraid he'd just keep going, and it would make the situation a lot worse. So, and what's interesting to me too with this, you have to think about the psychology behind some of this. First off, I wonder if Ryan has any children, because as you'll see as we go on, he's like obsessed with finishing inside the girls, which could have to do with control, but it could also have to do with him wanting to be a dad, but maybe Kelly not ever having wanted to be a mom because of her career as super porn star of the world and being older. These are young girls. Maybe he never got to be with any young girls because he'd been with Kelly for so long. And it's interesting that he wouldn't, that he'd still want to have sex with the girl after the scene. It's interesting how she is able to differentiate, though, between the professional sex and the off-camera sex. She did not want that off-camera sex with him. He would have a hard time understanding that because she just performed with him. That's a problem a lot of men in the industry have. They cannot understand that the women that they work with oftentimes are not attracted to them because they figure, well, she performed with me, she must want me. 9 out of 10 times, nope. So anyway, he wouldn't listen. She says, I had already said no once, and he didn't listen. I didn't want to have sex with the guy. Most guys take no as no usually. Ryan Madison is so well known as a rapist in the industry, but there are still agents who want to make money by sending girls to Ryan Madison's house without warning them that they're sending them to a rapist's house. That's a quote from this, okay? But none of this is new, okay? This has been going on in the adult entertainment industry forever. Like I said, there's a list of guys who have been doing this kind of stuff to girls. Maybe not this rough, but they're doing weird stuff to these young girls. Who was one recently? Stills by Allen. That whole thing that happened, which goes back to Bree Mills being a very, very, very bad judge of character. The whole thing with James Dean, the whole thing with John Stagliano, the whole thing with Manuel Ferreira, it's crazy. It's like, who in the industry is not a rapist? Who? Let me think. Who definitely, that I can think of, I would definitely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, say that they are definitely not sexually aggressive or a rapist in any way within the adult entertainment industry. Let me really think about this. Who's nice? Who would not be scary? I can't think of anybody because they're all scary in their own way. All of them. It just depends on who you are. There's some women who are more intimidating, who are more self-possessed, where they don't have issues because they do embody a certain level of confidence and a no-nonsense approach. But then you have these meek little girls who are new to the industry, who are barely 18, who the men look at like a big juicy steak that they just want to eat. That's what it is. Laura says her experience with Madison has, like many in the industry, haunted her. She wonders why, given his reputation as a predator, agents kept sending them their young, vulnerable female clients into harm's way. Why? Well, because the Madisons probably pay standard rates plus some. You know, they're doing well. Also, they're Caucasian. They enjoy white privilege. That's why. That's why. Come on. Ryan Madison is so well known as a rapist in the industry, she says. But there are still agents who want to make money by sending girls to Ryan Madison's house without warning them that they're sending them to a rapist's house. It needs to stop. Agents need to band together and agree not to send girls to him. Of course they want to send the girls to him because he desensitizes them too with all this roughness. Kind of trains them to keep their mouths shut. Just take it and shut up. That's what the agents want the girls to experience because it makes it easier for them later to send them to both legitimate shoots that are equally, if not more so, rough, and also private engagements, aka escorting gigs, where they get treated horrifically. And there's no evidence on camera to show how bad they were treated.